लोग कहते हैं कि आप अदालत का फैसला क्यों नहीं मानते? अदालत क्या इस बात का फैसला करेगी कि यहां पर राम का जन्म हुआ था कि नहीं हुआ था? आपसे तो इतनी आशा है, बीच में मत पड़ो, रास्ते में मत आओ, क्योंकि ये जो रथ है, लोक रथ है, जनता का रथ है, जो सोमनाथ से चला है और जिसने मन में संकल्प किया हुआ है कि 30 अक्टूबर को वहां पर पहुंच करके कार सेवा करेंगे और मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे, उसको कौन रोकेगा? कौन सी सरकार रोकने वाली है?
This was Lal Krishna Advani speaking to the public on his Rath Yatra 33 years ago in 1990, pledging to build the Ram temple at Ayodhya. He was replying to then Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav, who had asked Advani to cancel his march towards Ayodhya and go back. The next morning, LK Advani was arrested on the orders of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Fast forward to today, a grand Ram Mandir is being built at Ayodhya and the idol of Ram Lalla will be installed in the temple on 22nd January 2024. From Mandir Wahi Banayenge to Mandir Wahi Ban Raha Hai, let us recount this monumental journey of how India has reclaimed the soul of its civilization. The story begins in 1528 when Mir Baki, a general of the Mughal invader Babur, destroyed the Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir at Ayodhya and built the Babri Masjid at the site. Despite the temple's destruction, Hindus held on. European travelers recorded how Hindus still made pilgrimages to the place where the temple had once stood and celebrated Ram Navami at the site. The site remained a matter of contention between Hindus and the minority community. The first police complaint in the Ayodhya dispute dates back to 1858 and the first court cases were filed in 1885. But the main thrust to the Ram Mandir movement came in 1989 when the Vishwa Hindu Parishad did a Shilanyas or a foundation stone laying at the Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid site. In September 1990, LK Advani began his Rath Yatra from Gujarat's Somnath, another Hindu temple that had been destroyed by foreign invaders, to Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh to make people aware and raise support for a Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Millions of Hindus across the country were galvanized by the idea of participating in a movement that sought to reclaim Ram Lalla's abode. Prime Minister Modi was an important part of the Rath Yatra and always remained by the side of LK Advani. The Rath Yatra covered a large part of North India before it was finally stopped in Bihar when Advani was arrested. On 30th October 1990, days after LK Advani's arrest, Mulayam Singh, then Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and Chief of the Samajwadi Party, now a member of the INDI alliance, gave an order to the police to open fire at car sevaks assembled near the Ram Janmabhoomi site. The official death toll was put at 15, but the VHP claimed that 59 people had lost their lives. Even VHP leader Ashok Singhal sustained blows to the head during a lathi charge by the police. Years later, Mulayam Singh would go on to justify the police firing, saying that even if more people were required to be killed, the security forces would have done it. In 1991, the Congress government under PV Narasimha Rao passed the Places of Worship Act to prevent Hindus from staking a claim to other disputed structures. On December 6, 1992, the disputed structure at the Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi site was demolished by car sevaks in an unplanned event. Meanwhile, the legal cases around the site continued. In 2010, the Allahabad High Court ruled that the disputed land be divided between the Sunni Waqf Board, the Nirmohi Akhada, and Ram Lalla. The High Court ruling was challenged in the Supreme Court. The case finally came to an end on 9th November 2019 when the Supreme Court of India gave its judgment in favor of Ram Lalla Virajman and allowed the construction of a grand Ram Mandir at the site. This was not without its hurdles posed by the Congress. In 2007, the Congress government at the centre would even deny the existence of Bhagwan Ram in an affidavit filed in the Supreme Court. Former Congress leader Kapil Sibal, now an MP backed by the Samajwadi Party, represented a minority community petitioner in the Ayodhya case in the Supreme Court. Seeking to delay the verdict further, he even requested the Supreme Court not to hear the case till after the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. The construction of the temple finally began in August 2020 after Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of the temple. The temple is expected to be completed by January 2024. The Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi movement was not only a people's movement to build a temple for Ram Lalla, but it also marks a civilizational journey which culminated with a destroyed temple being reclaimed and restored after nearly 500 years. Jai Shri Ram.